So cold. I am hello everyone. I am working on my resume today. I had a resume on a website, right, called Snag a Job or something like they deleted my account. So now I'm having to do my whole profile over again. I just wanted to come on live and say good afternoon, and I hope that everybody is having a productive day. Um, I'm not sure if it's the weather. I'm not sure if it's the environment. I'm just not sure if it's a chemical imbalance. You guys know I follow a couple of people on YouTube because there's a lot more um, than meets the eye in this universe. Um, there are the weather, um, the way the moon is set, the way uh, the different phases of the moon, different phases of the weather, different phases of the universe. Just there's a lot of things going around us that we don't really take heed to or pay attention to that can affect us mentally and emotionally and even physically. You hear people say, it's raining and I had surgery done, so the pins in my hip or knee or whatever may be aggravated, or someone had surgery and they'll say, my scar's itching because of the weather. I also, are a victim to some of those things too. But I notice this to the way the weather is, not really just the weather, but the way the universe is, the way in the different moon phases, and that's uh, in junction with the weather and so many other things. It can really affect one's mood, the one's way of thinking, especially if a person is already emotionally or mentally unbalanced. It can affect a person. And for the last, I want to say, few days, really actually all this month, I've been having kind of been in and out of a funk. But the last couple of days, I've been allowing something that is really not really that important, like really affect me. I ain't gotta know why, but I'm honest enough to say that I've, um, you know, allowed the situations affect me in a really, really um, negative way. And after I go through my whole grieving and my whole tantrums and this is next, and I'm being, transparent, I'm just like, really come, and I guess that's just the way I have to, the way I've taught myself, I guess, to deal with things, the whole accept things that, that you cannot change, and change the things that you can. But being a human being, things are still going to hurt. Things are still going to affect me and affect you in different ways. And I'm just learning now within the last year that it does have a lot to do with, how they will say, right now we've had a full moon, what they call a, what is it? It's been a, it's an astrological sign. You ever heard of the term Aries, crescent moon moving into Libra, uh, full moon and stuff like that. That stuff is so true. These moons, the universe, the weather, the wind, the vibrations of the universe will have a horrific, horrendous effect on people that are empaths, people that are already, suffer from depression or suffer from some type of mental or emotional um, disease. And myself, for the last couple of days, I've just been like, remember I told you guys I had, acquired some information. And I've always said I'm the kind of person I'd rather know. Let me go through my process and be like, wait, what? Are you serious? And then I'll be okay. And I acquired more information today, I know. And, I saw something, to be honest with you, that really, 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 it shook me. It shook me and it bothered me. It bothered me on a level that it shouldn't have bothered me, because at the end of the day, um, I know that that situation is not a sincere and fruitful, honest situation. I am uh, on the outside looking in, but I have the inside scoop personally. And I reached out to God. I was like, God, come on now, we got to get it together. I'm just going through this whole phase, like what's going on with me? Why am I feeling this way? Blah 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 blah. Blah. And God has an amazing way of just like pulling you together, just lifting you up. He has amazing ways of serving you revelations. He has an amazing way of serving me revelations. And I've learned that, even I have to be more mindful of how I, handle situations and how I handle them with God. You know what I mean? You guys, I am the encourager. I've always been the encourager, the person who's always encouraging people, the person who's always, if my friend just says, I'm okay, or da da da, I'm going to call you anyway, knock on your door, stalk you, whatever, because I want to make sure my friend is okay. Um, and then, I'm a respectful person too. If someone just says, I don't feel like talking right now, or, I don't feel like I can talk to you because you don't listen, for whatever reason, I'm respectful to that. But I said that like the last couple of days, I've just been like, I'm going to be honest with you, I've been really lost, not feeling comfortable with being able to like really sit down with someone and say, hey, I'm drowning. This is what I'm going through. Can you just listen? Like, please just listen. I have not been comfortable with that. And I came on here last night and I talked to you guys about that, because I know that I can come on here and I know that you guys will listen. Just listen. Sometimes that's all we need. And again today, I just felt like I was drowning, and I was just like, what's going on, and this is this, and I reached out to God, and always as I reach out to Him, He always comes through, and I'm just like, God, get me together. Like, why am I feeling this way? Why do I, you know, why am I allowing certain situations to affect me? And He revealed something to me. He said, Kim, I told you yesterday, you know, you see the situation, but you know the situation and you have the inside scoop on the situation. So never be, envious, or wanting to be like never want to be like anybody else. I don't want to be like anybody else, but there are things that I've acquired in my life for a long time, and I don't see those things. I haven't seen those things manifest, and I'm just like, I've seen those things manifest for other people. So I'm just like, today, and I'm gonna be honest, I said, God, you mean to tell me that this person is successful with their business and doing this, and this person is not really a good person? Like, you know it, God, I know it, and it's not that I'm judging. I know from my own experience. Um, but wow, like, and God told me, say, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about the other person. It's not that I'm, this is just the way that He spoke to me, because I'm not, seeking out. It's just things that have been brought to me, things that have been brought to the light while I'm here, and I'm gonna be honest, a single mom having to, as they say, rob Peter to pay Paul, having, my friends help me, or people, I gotta stop saying that word, friend, having, yeah, friends, acquaintances, whatever, people help me, which I'm super duper grateful for. And this person, you know, not just persons, you know, a couple of them just have no idea that shit ain't what they think it is. And the other one is just, out here doing their thing like it's nobody's business. And God was like, Kim, let's get it together. When did you start worrying about, what other people are doing or why they have that? You know for a fact that that situation is not a good situation. Because I'm like, God, I want that. Certain situation. I want that success in my business, and I want, certain things. And I talk a lot about His timing, and I have to say, as a person, as a human being, it's very hard. Like I tell you guys, I come on here and I tell you guys about, God's timing and, this, that. But I'm going to have to be honest. Like I always say, I'm very honest. I struggle with those things myself as a human being. And I just love the way that God gets you together and the way that, He allowed me. Because I was sitting in my bed and I was just I was trying to uplift myself, and I turned on this soaking music like I'm listening to right now. It's a great channel that I listen to. It's a great young lady that I listen to. Her voice is like everything. She has this aromatic voice about her. I can't explain it. She's a gospel singer. She's like one of these new age gospel singer that sings in this choir. She's singing right now, and her choir is filled with people of just all different ages and all different races. So it's really amazing. But I was just sitting there and I was being all sad and throwing my own little pity party. The one thing I can say, I give myself a pity party. I don't get on the phone or just create this pity party or bring other people into it. I've actually had people reach out to me today and say, what's wrong? How can I help you? This is this, and I'm just like, I you know I'm very cautious about who I lend my feelings and emotions to, who I lend my business to. And I told you guys why yesterday. And with all due respect, I watch how people talk, I watch how people move. And when you are in a very emotional state, a very chaotic state, lending your feelings and emotions to someone who may also be in that state, or a person that may be the type of person who, um, uh, you know, how do I want to say this? Who, you know, every we all have a friend, or have had a friend where they're always talking about somebody else's business. Oh, girl, let's guess what Sally told me yesterday, or guess what Billy Ray told me yesterday, or guess what Karen told me yesterday. We all have or have had those friends that they're just, oh, let me tell you, and it's always about something else, and sometimes it's about things that people have told them in confidence. So I'm very cautious about who I lend my information to, because we live in a small community. We live in a small world, and I would hate for something that I told somebody in confidant, um, come back to me, even if it's just them saying, I have a friend who's going through something. Her boyfriend broke up with her husband, whatever the situation maybe. I would, because that happened to a friend of mine. It happened to a friend of mine, and it actually ended up happening not really to me like that, but I remember meeting someone like 8, 9 years ago, and didn't realize that I had already known this person. I knew this person because this person was married to actually my oldest daughter's mother. And it was weird because when she was telling me this story, she was like, I'm finally divorced from this young lady. I was, just telling me different things that had occurred about a fire, a flood. And I was like, wow, I know that person too. I know the person that had that fire. And then when she got into detail about this person, about this situation, I was like, oh my gosh, I know this young lady too. And it's really weird is that when finding out about this person, I was thinking to myself, so you're the one that she talks so much crap about. You're the one that she has told me and several others all her business to. So a lot of times, you guys, I suffer alone because I'm very cautious about who I lend my feelings and my emotions to. Not only that, because it's so many, the way the universe vibrates, with people speaking stuff, with people speaking negative stuff, not necessarily about you, but just the way the universe vibrates. God works hard. We know the devil even harder. God is a protector. Um, it is factual that a person can speak so bad about you, talk so bad about you, and put that out in the vibrate into the universe, and that will vibrate back to you. That has been proven that has been proven factual. And I just don't have the space in my life um, for stuff like that. So I'm very cautious of who I lend my, like I said, my feelings and my emotions to. So a lot of times, you guys, I suffer in silence. I build myself up. Like I said, I do have a really, really good friend who is actually away in Florida right now. She's doing something with the BET Awards, and we've been friends for like 4 or 5 years. And we all have people that we can talk to. We all have people that we can converse with. We all have people that we can fight in. And let's be clear and be honest. We all have that one person where you can just reach out to you. That's my dog. That's my friend, and they'll just stand in awe with you. Um, so for the last couple of days, I've just felt the need to kind of just self-medicate, as they say, self-soap, continue to praise and continue to worship. I had a spurt yesterday where I where the enemy tried to use me, where the enemy was like, um I was watching something. I watched a channel, um um Dr. Charles Stanley, or Stanley Charles. I should be ashamed of not remembering his name. And I watched him, and he's a preacher, and it's about 25 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. He preaches different sermons, like really, really helpful sermons. And I went to turn a couple of them on yesterday, and I was so distracted. I had gotten to the point where I allowed the enemy to actually use me. And I was like, I don't want to hear this shit. I'm not going to listen to that. And I said, oh no, Kim. Um, oh, you didn't? Yeah. That's why you didn't get him. Oh, it's okay. That's why what I do is I actually, to stop what I was saying, I actually go into my YouTube from time to time, and I go into my subscriptions, and I'll just, when I see the little blue dot of someone uploaded or whatever like that, I'll just go on the video, or what they've uploaded, or live or whatever, and I'll show love, because YouTube is a hot mess with these notifications. I had someone tell me that they subscribed to me last night, and I didn't believe him. I did not believe him until about 10 minutes later, because I went on YouTube and it was like, you have no new subscribers. I went on YouTube just maybe like before I got on here, and it said you have a new subscriber. And I felt so bad, because I was like, whatever. And then it said 11 hours ago, such and such, the A1 poet or whatever subscribed. And I was just like, oh my God, I feel bad. But anyway, it's all good. But yeah, I went through this spurt yesterday where I was like, oh, I ain't trying to hear this. I even tried to put worship music on, the same soaking that I'm listening to now. Um, and it just didn't do anything for me. Maybe about 50 minutes to an hour ago, the same thing. I was just going through something. I'm telling you guys, it's this weather, it's the universe, it's the vibrations, it's this moon phase, and I've been catching different videos of people talking about the different moon phases. This girl over here, and how it can um, affect you. What are you doing up there, Aurora? What are you doing? You just had to be in it, didn't you, sweetheart? Oh, but you up on my deep freezer, honey. You need to get down. You're gonna fall. This child is about to fall off the deep freezer. Why are you up there? You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. I'm not good enough to help you. My poor cat is in heat, and it's so sad. It is so sad. I went yesterday to the PetSmart and bought her some, like, this stuff called Lick. It's like this little calming stuff, and doesn't really seem to be working. But thank God she's spayed and neutered, but she doesn't go outside anyway. But it's just sad that that she goes through that, because when the cat or animals are in the heat, they're actually stressed out too if they can't anyway. So yeah, so I'm finally getting myself back together. And the way God, again, I reached out to God today. I was like, God, please help me. Holy Spirit, please help me. Like, I've got to kick this funk. I have some amazing things that are happening to me in the next couple of weeks. I got some stuff coming for my merch business, so I can start making my t-shirts and stuff like that. I have got to get out of this. So, like, get me together. What can I do? And he talked to me, and he was just telling me, he was like, Kim, I told you yesterday. that situation, these situations that you are acquiring, that you're looking into, and this, and because one of the situations, the person is actually an ex-business partner of mine, and I'm just like, when I was working with this person, or a lot, this girl is about to fall. Come close to you. Aurora, you're gonna fall off the deep freezer, sis. Get down. Okay. Come here, mama. Well, that's how you call a dog. It's for a cat. So yeah, I had to it's amazing how he talks to you. So what he did for me today was, I was like, I sat on my bed today and I said, God, please help me. Please get me out of this funk. Like, and I'm thinking, I'm just like, and this is the sad thing, I do believe in going to the source, and that's what I did today. And then I ain't gonna lie, it took me a minute to get myself together, because I was really looking. I'm a very intimate person, so I'm a very chatty person, so I like to talk. And I knew that my best friend was away. Um, the other people that, other couple of people in my life that, I know that I could like really, that would like, with all due respect, like really lend an earnest ear and just let me cry and talk or whatever. They're no longer here. One passed away in 2000, and the other one passed away last year, like May of last year. And I'm just like, I don't have them, God. Just please, I just want to talk. I just want to cry. I need a hug. And God was like, you can talk to me, but you guys understand what I'm saying, when you just need someone in the flesh. But you know what, he worked it out, because that's what I needed him to do. I needed him to work it out with all of that extra stuff that I was looking for, and he always works it out. So what he did for me is, um I reached out to someone, and I got this amazing response back. So okay, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for your support. Um, um, so right now, what I'm doing is uh, working on my. Just hold on for a second. It's probably my daughter. You messing with my chair? Is that you scratching on my chair, honey? I knew it. I knew it. It was my daughter. She says, guess what? um, yeah, so anyway, God got me together. He's amazing. He's wonderful. I am, for the time being, I'm good right now. I just wish this whole, you guys, I'm just trying to survive this week. If I can survive this week into next week, I'm doing good. I want this weather to change so I can just get it together, because I am an empath. I do have a couple of prophetic gifts, and this that they affect me too. Um, so it's just a lot going on right now. Oh, I can't spell. My baby says she failed her science test. Aww. So I told her she needs to study more. Um, so yeah, so basically in a nutshell, that's how my day's been, and my last couple of days have been. But God is good. God is great. Um, uh, Waymaker, promise keeper. You know, light in the darkness. That is who He is. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm so privileged and so grateful to have a relationship with Him like that, because I was going through it today, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I was going through it today. I was going through it today, and I was just like, I was going through it. I'm just glad that I'm where I'm at right now. So right now, I'm actually working on my resume because this place, this online place called Snag a Job or something, um, um, deleted my whole profile that I diligently worked on. So I'm not too happy about that. And I don't like typing anymore. I used to love typing. I've been to a secretary at like the Bar Association in Montgomery County, Maryland. Cold. Um, I've been a receptionist. I've been a retail manager. All of that. I do not like typing, and the thought of me having to retype my resume really my blows my mind. But I want to tell you guys to stay encouraged, to be encouraged, continue to go to the source. Um, always put God first. Um, he always will have your back. But he's always able. I'm living proof that when you need lifting up, he will find a way to lift you up. I literally, you guys, I was like, please help me. Please get me out of this. Please pull me out of this. Um, I don't want to feel like this. And what he did was he allowed me um, to what is the word I'm looking for? He allowed me to be like I said a little while ago, see and know that the situation is not what I think it is. I know the sincerity of those situations. So to be honest, not to be envious of that, not to be envious of that person's success or anything else they have going on, because that success did not come by God's grace, is what I want to say. So, you know, and that is facts. And I really, to be honest for you, I feel sorry for everybody involved. I feel sorry for the company. I feel sorry for the people involved. It's a really, really hard situation that particular situation to come to grips with. I really had to ask God to like really get me together um, from that. Okay, so uh, so right now I'm going to um right now, like I said, I'm working on my resume. You guys got to see my new email. Give me your email so I can email you. I've like updated my email.
No. I turned all my students' artwork in the
Hey, no. I gotta fix my email because it's doing stuff like adding other email addresses and all that other stuff, and I didn't ask for all of that. But when I send you an email, it's actually at the bottom has my name and all my contact information, and it also has a picture of me. Oh, this is what I'm looking for. But yeah, I'm working on my resume again because I want to find a part-time job, something to keep me busy for the next like 2 or 3 months until I really get this whole my merch, get my little heat press. I want to see if you guys can see this real quick. I know I've been talking about heat press, and y'all probably like, that child ain't got no damn heat press machine. But yes, I do, and I'm about to show it to you.
Any memory you create, we can print to life.
Let's see.
Anything flies with Shutterfly. Save up to 50% Shutterfly.com.
I'll tell you what, the disrespect of YouTube, they be having so many commercials. They be having commercials in people's videos, and people ain't even paid for them. I've seen commercials in my videos that I know I ain't getting paid for. People have told me. But anyway, this thing is heavy, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. It's really, really, it's really heavy. Let's see. This is my heat press, my 5-in-1 heat press. As you can see, it's very heavy. Yeah, so I really do have a heat press, and it's really, really heavy. It is a Let me see if I can turn my computer around. It's a pull away. It's a 5-in-1. Can't really see it, but it's a 5-in-1 heat press. I don't know why it's not pulling away, but I paid oh yeah, here it is. I got it from Amazon, and I only paid, what did I pay for this? I paid $400 for this. And I am waiting for some what did I get on me? What's got something going on? Cam, you always got something going on. But yes, so I really do have a heat press. It's a 5-in-1. I can make hats, mugs, t-shirts, of course, hoodies, pants. What else can I make? So all types of accessories. So I'm looking forward to using that. And like I said, you guys that are faithful, you will be getting some free merch. I want to send you some of my merch, and then I'd like to, because of your support, I would like to, customize something for you. Okay. So, yep. So that's what I'm doing. I am right now, like I said, I am working on my resume, and want to snag a job, find something to kind of keep me busy. I hope I'm pulling up the right resume. I'm just like, but I got a joke for that resume. I found it, you guys. So what I'm gonna do is open up my resume somewhere else, y'all, and copy and paste it. I know, right? I'm cheating. I'm telling you guys, I don't feel like doing all of that. Um, and you guys, I'm working on a podcast, so hope that you guys will support that too. I'm working on a podcast. I'm going to actually start that today. I've had the idea for like a year or so, but I found the app. I found the app so I can work on my podcast. I didn't know that people who did podcasts were so hated. Why is that? Now, I do know that there are some podcasters out here that are just horrible. But most podcasters, I want to let you guys know, are truth seekers. I'm an information buff, and I'm a truth seeker. And I've been noticing that. I watched a movie where these podcasters were just hated. I'm just like, I didn't realize it was ever that serious. Okay, here we go. Open with. I know, you guys, I'm cheating right now, doing my resume, but I'm actually getting ready to go do something, and I'm gonna come right back. I promise I'll come right back because I want to chit chatter with you guys. You guys keep my vibrations up. You help me keep my spirits up during this whole uh the weather and the moon phases, and the way the doggone universe is operating right now. But I'm going to be right back. I promise I'll be right back this time. I know I'm always talking about, I'm gonna be right back. I'll be back on later tonight, but I'll be right back though. I just gotta do something real quick.